And welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is August 29th, 2021, and we're getting harvests out of the greenhouse here. So I'm going to be showing you what we're getting out of it. And I was going to take the camera out, but it's pouring down raining and a thunderstorm came up. So we just harvested the stuff out, and I'm going to be showing you what all we're getting. So I have my pink tongue eggplants here. These are the light purple ones, and this is a really nice long eggplant here, and it's really sweet, has nice tender flesh to it. I've never had where the skins got really tough on these. Now these are coming all off of one plant, and like I said, I do grow them in the greenhouse because I found that that's where I get the best crop at from them. I am gardening in Pennsylvania in Zone 5B. So I grow them in containers out in the greenhouse. And we also have the Aswad Eggplant here. Now I have one of those plants as well. And our mystery tomato finally started giving. It's a Mr. Stripey. And that one came up on its own in the greenhouse. I had 2 years ago a Mr. Stripey plant that I had in the greenhouse growing. And I was overwintering it, and one of the fruits on it had at one point rotted, and the seeds had fallen down, and Mr. Stripey tomato plant came up. Now, we did have the early treat hybrid tomato growing at the exact same time that the Mr. Stripey tomato was growing, but they never crossed. So this year, it's probably not going to turn any more than what it already has, and what we're finding is with the Mr. Stripeys, if you let them go to where they're completely turned, you'll have where they'll like split or start trying to rot on you. So we kind of watch the fruits and we take them off as necessary. So here's another one over here, and you can see it did the same thing. So that's our mystery tomato that's growing in the greenhouse, and it didn't cross with the early treat hybrid tomato. This is the actual Mr. Stripey tomato here. And we have our tender green Burpless cucumbers here. Now I grow all of my cucumbers in the greenhouse, and the tender green Burpless cucumber is my top choice for growing cucumbers. We used to grow them outside, and we used to grow our cucumbers outside, and then something happened where we couldn't grow them outside anymore. All the bugs were getting them, disease and blight was hitting them. So I started growing them in the greenhouse, and you can see here how well they're producing for me. Now I grow mine in about 10 to 12 inch hanging baskets, and I do have videos on my channel for how I grow the tender green Burpless cucumbers in the hanging baskets. But these are really, they don't have like the big pricks on them like most of your cucumbers have. And they're really tender skinned. I've never had a bitter tender green Burpless cucumber. So that's my top choice there for growing those. And these are really great for making pickles with. We make dill pickles out of these. They have the nice tender skin on them, so the juices just soak right in through. And that gives you a really nice variety for making pickles out of. And we have the early treat hybrid tomatoes here. These are a smaller tomato. They're one of the first tomatoes that give for me. So I do grow that variety. It's an excellent greenhouse variety, as well as the Mr. Stripey. And I've been growing tomatoes in the greenhouses for I think like 3 years now. And they really work very well in the greenhouse. So back to the cucumbers. These here, even when they're large like this, they still have a really nice sweet flavor to them, and it gets really hot in the greenhouse. I mean, we're in like the upper 90s, in the hundreds in the greenhouse for temperature wise, and my stuff still does produce. Now I do keep it watered, and you know, I do feed them with Sea Magic, and I'll put a link down in the description for that. Sea Magic helps your plants to take up the nutrients that they need. It also helps with certain diseases and repelling pests, and it can also help with drought tolerance. So it does get hot and dry in the greenhouse, and we do have to keep them watered. Sometimes the cucumbers will wilt and, you know, we have to get them water, which when you're getting in the upper 90s and 100 degrees in the greenhouse, it's pretty warm in there. So your soil will dry out pretty quick. But I've never had a bitter tender burpless cucumber. So that's about all I can tell you in my experience with this variety here. And I do also feed my vegetables in the greenhouse with Epsom salts. I give them a little bit of that. Kind of gives them some more nutrients, helps them to bloom, helps them to establish their root system, and it can help with preventing blights and diseases. So we do give them some Epsom salts. So that's what we're getting out of the greenhouse right now for vegetable wise. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button as I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Bye.